Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I'm Vitskugga and tonight we'll be playing some Dungeons and Dragons as we continue Calamity of Astralia session 16. Apparently the sound alerts are not working as they should and I don't know what to do about it. I've been trying to experiment a bit but nothing seems to be working. So if you're eager to spend bits or anything like that, please don't. Don't waste it, unless you just wanted to give me bits anyway, which would be not encouraged if you're not getting some.
No! No!
Hey! That worked. What the fuck? Okay. It seems to possibly be working. Do what you want, but yeah. On your own risk. But yeah. I lost my thread of thought there because I thought it didn't work, but now it's working. So yeah, do what you want. We are a bit late on the start, but we shall just get into it straight away, I think. Remember that you can spend your channel points to affect the outcome of the game. You can give me or the players nat 1s, nat 20s, advantage, disadvantage, healing potions, or resurrect someone who died this session and this session only. That goes for NPCs as well as players. And you can even go so far as to cast a wild magic search on the next spell cast, which is very fun. But since it's causing a lot of chaos, it costs a little bit more. But that's what happens. And yeah, the music you will be hearing is by Kevin MacLeod in the free pack of Roll20. And with that said, I think it's time to just get in and continue tonight's game. Also, just to point out, we are one player down, but with that said, I think we should be fine anyway. We'll survive, or I will. The players, that's another question. But yeah, let's just get in and say hi to the players. Hello everyone. How you guys doing? I don't hear you.
Hello.
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 You muted yourself.
No. I think I couldn't hear you, Ardana, for a second, but I hear you now.
Yeah,
Wasn't speaking that second.
And Marber is muted, so he doesn't want to say anything.
No, there were all children talking very loudly next to the microphone.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Kids are fun. To some.
They're fun to make.
The benefit of them not being mine is that I can give them back to their parents when they're annoying.
Oh, yeah. But I'm sure Della knows all about kids being annoying. She'll understand. But yeah. As per usual, one of the players gets to do a recap of last session. And if they do it properly, instead of getting a point of inspiration as previously, they will get a hero point. Which means they can succeed on any roll they want to spend it on. Or they could negotiate from some crazy shenanigans. Or do something really cool. So there's 3 options there. With just 1 hero point. Who wants to get it? I wonder. Don't all just jump on the gun.
I'm just looking over the notes on where I could actually start. But yes, it's been a while. I can do it if you want. If no one else wants to do it.
4 werewolves. We won, and that's it. We don't remember anything else.
In a fever haze, the party managed to somehow, on their own, defeat 11 werewolves. 3 of the players were infected, well, newly infected by lycanthropy, and then, by some miracle, were no longer infected by lycanthropy. The only lycanthrope we know is still infected is Rickon, because he quite gruesomely, in the session before that, turned into a gigantic bloody bird.
Ah,
Sort of bird. Kind of, yeah.
except he sounds more like a velociraptor than a.
Yes.
But
Because apparently when you size
that he sounds
Yes.
more like that.
Because apparently, when you size up a raven, which is still a big bloody bird, into human size and then a little bit bigger, the voice box grows with it.
And it's a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And that is something Cassie would know. His thing grew bigger.
Yes. So, all around the little glade we were in, wild magic shenanigans were happening. Sapphire decided to fly up into a tree, even though she doesn't have wings. Cass decided to first grow large and then start levitate. Because that's apparently a thing wizards do now.
Also got stuck in a tree.
Yes. Ajira were in a kind of standoff thing with a werewolf, neither of them actually doing any damage to the other. Marlborough got bit by a werewolf, but decided that curses is not for him. And in this fever haze, 4 of the werewolves just decided to drop dead. We don't know why. They just...
We don't know why. The turns to die.
And
Rickon killed 2 by himself. With nat 20s. Like a boss.
yeah, Cass managed to kill 1 with magic missiles and fatally wound the other one with an ice spear, because that was apparently something we do. Null, I think, also either really wounded 1 or straight up killed it.
I think it was one of each.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone got 1. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So in this haze of weird stuff happening and werewolves just dropping dead here and there, in total 6 of the werewolves just decided to just die. We don't entirely know how. They just died. We won. The fight was won. The day was won. The midnight was won. And then
We
were all
magically
badly
teleported to the.
Yep. Badly hurt. We looked at each other, then flash. 8 hours passed. It was morning. We were healed. No one has any idea how that happened, and we were standing by the school. We were talking about...
And fully.
Yeah,
What's
it's like... Cat's
Ready for sleep.
clothes that had been destroyed by, being one size category larger and having bespoke clothing before that. Tailored bespoke clothing before that. Suddenly was wearing a sailor's outfit and had repaired clothes again. And while we were talking about what we wanted to do next, we were met by a very, very creepy, very powerful guy who were like, are you going to be standing there long or are you coming inside? And we went inside. We were talking back and forth about, freshening up a little bit before beating the headmaster. The creepy teacher named Orsug was like, why are you some form of nobility? And everyone kind of side-eyed Rickon and just went yes. But we are now on our way to the headmaster's office Whether or not we stop to actually freshen up and change our clothes before that is another story.
Yeah. And with that, you can add a hero point.
Nice.
Oh, and Noll is bald. All his
Yeah.
hair.
Oh yeah, I
got
forgot
removed.
about that.
Yeah, Noll is completely bald, hairless.
So
In
That's a
every
big
no
happy.
beard and no
no
hair.
beard, no hair, no eyebrows, no nothing.
Yeah.
Looking like my favorite referee in soccer, Pierluigi Collina. The scariest, greatest referee in all the world. Now retired since a few
You
years
can call me Null 47
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
now.
Ah, ha, ha, Hitman. Hee, 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 hee. But yeah. Just to casually explain what they were not remembering, they were being saved by a winged divine unicorn who basically killed off all the werewolves that were still harassing them and also curing them of their lycanthropy, with the exception of Rickon, who decided to keep it. However, she then made sure to heal up everybody and teleporting them to the school, Mistralis Academy, and made them forget everything that happened, while also giving them a long rest after they figured out she was actually the goddess Mieliki, the Lady of the Forest, or the Guardian of the
Did we
Forest.
figure it out? I don't think we figured out. I think she mentioned it.
Cass
figured it out.
figured it out. Yeah.
Oh,
I have
right.
no idea who this god is. Not a clue.
I mean, Cass's mom is a herbalist, so
Yeah, good work,
she would
Cass.
have told him.
That we don't remember.
But yeah, with that, we shall continue the story as they are now currently following. Where is the? This was the GM window before. All right, I'll have to relog on that one. Cool. But they are followed by Orsug, I believe, or they are following Orsug, or Orsug Fleckir, who is basically the janitor, if you will, and keeper of keys, and also a battle mage, by the way.
Like
And
used to taking out the trash.
yeah, takes out the trash, both actual trash and trash people that don't deserve to be on the school anymore or are there without an invitation. So that's we're gonna continue. Let's see if we have any good music for this occasion. Ah, that sounds too holy. There we go. Some mystery. So, you guys are following Orsug as he leads you further into the grounds, beyond the gate, beyond the walls, protecting the school. And you are met with this massive double door with gargoyle faces on both sides, both looking at you, following you with their eyes, studying you, and they're holding two links that you use to knock on the door with or open it with. Since you're followed by the bell mage, they both look kind of disappointed. And Orsug says, "Just drop it," and just pulls the door open, literally with violence, and walks in and expects you to follow, not waiting or anything.
Cass waves a little at the gargoyles and follows after.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hello.
Marva stops in his tracks and is now looking at the gargoyles like they just, and he's gonna sidetrack off as he always does when something interesting in it.
Yep. As you walk in, the door closes behind you slowly, and you are currently standing in this massive hallway. This hallway is reaching at least 120 foot upwards, and you can't really even see the ceiling. It's pitch black after roughly 50-60 feet, with the occasional hint of some pillars going up or an arch or such. But generally speaking, it is no ceiling to be seen. In front of you, you can see large stairs in a hallway further ahead of you, which seems to be leading both downwards and upwards, very much like the magical stairs of Hogwarts. To the left, you see another pair of large wooden double doors with the same gargoyle faces looking at you, watching your every move. And you can see a young female student just walking down to the door, opening it and walking in and closing it behind her. And you catch a short glimpse of what looks like a large dining hall. To your right, there are corridors leading further in to unknown destinations. Orsug turns around and looks at you all. Well, welcome to the school, I guess. Now, I'll tell you to wait normally, but I don't know where the headmaster is at the moment. So, Mr. Casperinos might want to show you around a bit. I will find you when I have located the headmaster. Just don't go anywhere you're not supposed to. Understood? I wouldn't want to dismember you all for a slight mishap. I'm sure Casparinos will be fully capable of avoiding such issues and explaining them to you. Now, have a nice evening so far. Or day. Yeah, you are right in the morning. That's
Yeah,
true.
in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, have a nice morning then. Feel free to grab any food or coffee or anything you need in the dining hall. As long as you don't disturb the students too much. Any questions?
No.
Not
Good.
really, no.
In that case, I bid you adieu. And I'll come pick you up later.
Question. Is Ajira with us inside the school?
Yes.
And nobody questions a thing.
It's
Magic school.
Magic.
Yeah.
The freaking gargoyles just spoke to us. Big fat cat
Marbury.
walking around.
Marbury's still like at the gargoyles outside the door, just like looking, trying to open their mouths and everything. He hasn't heard a single thing.
Hey, stop! Poke around too much and I'll bite you!
Cass is
Hey,
gonna
don't
walk
bite
over to
him! This is fun! You hear the other gargoyle face?
Like he pulls out his glasses and he's like proper trying to pull the gargoyles apart.
Are you doing that on the gargoyle faces outside, or are you doing it on the gargoyle faces at the dining hall door?
Outside.
Okay.
looking
Yeah, he
around
didn't go through the door.
looking around and not seeing Marber with us, and then looking over and seeing him at the door. Cass is just gonna shake his head, walk over to Marber, put a hand on his shoulder. Just- I understand the fascination, magic school, but please do not anger the guardians of this door.
He's gonna turn to you with his glasses that are like this thick and be like, but that one there says it's fine. I can't understand how they work if I don't look at them.
Well, if you poke
point
around, I'll make sure you never get inside the door. And we are guarding every door. So, you're not getting anywhere.
So are you two on this door and that door? Are you the same?
Who knows? Fuck around and find out.
That's the first Marber I haven't heard him curse before. Noise.
Oh, I never, I never intended for that one. Should I leave them alone then?
Yes.
And he's gonna just walk off, like, looking around.
I can tell you a little story about what can happen when you touch magical things that are not supposed to be touched. But first, if you want, I can take you up to my room and we can freshen up a little bit, then grab some food in the dining room.
No. Please.
Or we can have food first and then freshen up.
No, freshen up first.
I mean, the mud around the bottom of my robe could be done, being gotten rid of.
Like it's kind of shaking slightly, but he is like covered in blood from the werewolves, especially considering he ripped one of the hearts out. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's just
Oh.
like,
That wasn't
I'd like
cleaned
to
up by
freshen
the
up.
unicorn.
was it cleaned up with a unicorn?
It
Or was
wasn't
it
cleaned
only
up. You
Cass's
were
clothes
just
that were
you were just
repaired?
mended.
Yep.
It's just Cass's clothes that were mended. Yeah. So. And Rickon's arm is specially made for his transformations. So, it also blends in with his skin when he transforms, so it's like grotesquely patchwork all over his body.
Cass is going to sweep, do a sweeping gesture, and the mud on Marbur's robes vanishes.
You have a bath in your room?
And
I don't know, do
Marvin's
we have-
just gonna spin round.
Are there separate baths, or is it a communal thing?
There is a bit of both. You have private baths that are for the upperclassmen, and then you have a more communal bath for the lower classmen.
So Cass has been here nearly 20 years. What would he count as?
He would be an upperclassman, and you would have more private baths. It's still like you can be several people in the bath, but it is meant to be private for those who choose, so to speak.
I just start walking up the stairs, I assume it's in that one direction.
Please don't wander off. I don't want to have to pick you up from the bottom of a staircase. Magic school.
Are the gargoyles made of stone?
See, I'm not the only one that's interested.
They are definitely made of some sort of stone. It has a hint of marble stones, but it's something different with it. Most likely magical influences. I'll say just from a direct quick look, it's definitely not made of dwarves. And it's not made of elves either. But it's made from something ancient. And your first guess would actually be dragons.
Alright. Well, he's just gonna be a bit confused over why the stones are talking.
Well,
Magic school, my dear dwarf. Or so I've been told.
Do you also drink? Or do you just talk?
well, we could drink or eat if we felt like it, although we wouldn't really get any nourishment.
You want to drink? And I hold up my water skin.
Depends on what's inside.
The good stuff.
The good stuff, according to who?
Me.
Well, I don't drink things I'm offered from strangers. Haven't you heard? It's dangerous to drink drinks from strangers. They can poison you. Or
Fine.
kill you.
And I'm gonna take a swig from my water skin.
I wonder how long it takes until he dies. It's probably just water.
It wasn't water.
And it will
And,
definitely
like-
poison you.
But even then, water's kind of bad for gargoyles, isn't it? Because you could, if there was enough of it, it could have rode them away.
Not if it's a pure stone.
Hello, it's everything. But yeah,
I'm gonna
At this point-
follow Cassie.
is he actually leading us now?
Yeah.
Marva's gonna pull out his pipe and fill it with green leaf, and he's gonna light it up in front of them while he's still outside, and he's gonna be like, "Would you like to try some of this? It's amazing stuff."
Ah, green leaf. That was a long time. Yes, a long time. But we can't smoke it now. No, we can't. We could before. Yes, before. When we were alive. Yes, when we were living.
I can just picture two high gargoyles and the principal being like, "You can't smoke anymore." Be like,
You can see clear disappointment on Cass's face. Like, damn it. I wanted to see the doors high. Come on.
I just imagine them being like Statler and Waldorf on the Muppet Show.
Oh, imagine getting those high.
Everyone hearing doors just closing and opening and walking out into the hall, and the gargoyles just being like, "Wee."
So Marva at this point is just gonna keep smoking it around them for the next couple of minutes, puffing it out so that they're taking the side for the second-hand smoke.
We definitely are grateful for your attempts, but we don't breathe. No, we don't. So we won't get affected by your lovely smoke. Sorry.
At which point, Marva's now his sort of scientific experiments as a medicine man is like, "Oh, okay," and he puts it out and he puts it away and he follows Cassie at this point.
Cass is gonna lead them through like winding hallways over to where his room is at. It's gonna point out baths on the way.
Yeah, so you would know that
Private
there's like normal like toilets and such on the bottom floor. The communal baths are on the third floor, and the private baths are on the 7th. That's also on the same level as the quarters you had when you examinated or graduated, if you will.
Okay, if I see some private baths and he's pointed them out, I will go into it and just close and lock the door behind me. And then go take a bath.
You are relatively exhausted after walking up the immense amount of stairs. to get up to the 7th floor. But it's very interesting as the stairs are very much moving around, leading to different places, different doors. And paintings are all observing you as well. Everyone seems to be curious about each and every guest in their house and home.
Marber, being much of an older man, probably got to the 3rd or 4th floor and just stopped for a breather.
Yeah. You can see plenty of students though. Like, there are students everywhere studying in spell books or other kinds of books. You occasionally see some students doing magical pranks and whatnot. You see one student coming out of a painting at one point. And yeah, quite interesting. But eventually,
sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, Cass is gonna like wave to some of the paintings, give a bow to one of them, just greeting them as we move along.
Yep. You are greeted back by most of the paintings. Some are still rude or not interested in the students at all, and just glare or leer at you. But most of them seems to be recognizing you and welcoming you back. And you reach the 7th floor, where Rickon eventually finds his way to the bath. And Rickon, it is a large bathroom. Like, you can see that there's several toilets in there, several sinks for washing your face or hands, and then there's this large pool with 134 taps.
What the fuck? And then he starts washing his hands and stuff, and he kind of looks around and he goes, "Is there anyone in here?" No?
You hear
Good.
nothing?
And then he walks over to the taps and he just... Is there like a big one? Is there a big tap that's bigger than any of us?
There is a... I guess... No, there's not a larger one. They're all the same size.
Oh, fuck. He'll just turn on as many as he can so it fills up the fucking pool as quick as it can.
You realize as you turn on one, one seems to be just normal water, but then you turn on the second one, then it has this smell of faint apple. The next one, roses. The next one, citrus. The next one, caramel. And for each and every one you turn on, you notice they all have a different smell.
Okay, he turns those off because lycanthrope and super sense of smell. He's like, oh, fuck me. He's like, no, fuck that. He'll keep on. Maybe if he finds a strawberry one, he'll keep that on. He'll use his sense of smell to try and find one.
You use your smell and eventually you find one. It is in the 42nd tap.
Jesus Christ, he turns that one on. And then he just goes across the taps, smelling them and seeing if there's more water ones, which he can fill it up faster. Or is it the bath magically filling up fast?
It is filling up quite fast.
We'll just keep those two on then, and then turn them off when it's full.
You notice that the strawberry one also gives up a bit of foam. So you get a kind of a foam bath, if you will.
Nice. At least if somebody does come in, he'll be covered by foam. And he'll strip off and go into the bath and just relax his whole body in steaming hot water. And he's just relaxing because he's very worn out. His bones are hurting from transformation, as they usually do.
Yep.
And he's just having some alone time.
It's very peaceful and very comfortable. There are seats in the bath, but there's also there's also a bit of a depth, so you can actually dive. And you realize that you could probably dive about 30 feet somehow. Doesn't make sense, but you can dive about 30 feet down.
Okay, he just... Well, at one point he's just floating.
Yep.
Just along the water like, oh. And goes, all that's missing is music.
Funny enough, there is actually one of those old gramophones.
Oh, okay.
Which
You want music?
you realize this is one of the most modern innovations that have recently been invented, where someone managed to somehow record music onto this black plate and being able to replay it by putting a needle on it, having it rotate. You have seen this in some of the most modern places in adult stuff, and yeah, it's strange, but it works.
Yeah, he doesn't know about anything about that shit. But yeah, he's yeah. He will relax in there for now.
Yep. In the meantime, what are you others doing on the 7th floor?
When Rickon is in there, I'm gonna open the door and let in Oscar. Go to master. And have fun and close the door.
Yay, wet dog.
You just see Oscar running and jumping into the water, swimming around. Are you muted?
I think all you hear is a no. Motherfucker!
Yep. Wet dog. Everyone's favorite smell.
Yay.
Although this one will be smelling of strawberry wet dog.
Oh, yay.
He's gonna smell like strawberries all day. He's gonna smell great.
I'm gonna dry him after you're done. So no wet dog smell. And close the door.
Yeah. So all you hear is like a kind of growl. Since you guys know about his like a rugby now. So this is definitely doesn't sound like it's coming from a dog. It's just like a snarling noise as you close the door.
Yep. The others are still standing outside, I assume. I guess. Doing anything in particular? Are you moving on to your quarters, or are you showing them around, or?
No, Cass is gonna move over to his quarters, open the door, and walk inside, not closing the door behind him. Just the others can join if they want. And he's gonna start rummaging through like shelves and stuff, and start putting notebooks and things into his pack.
Yep. Few others. Are you walking in with him, or?
Yeah, I think Villiger's going to follow him because he doesn't know anything about this place.
Marber?
Marber's checking everything he walks past. He's in a magic school. This is all new to him. So he's going to be like, as he's walking along, checking all the locks and checking all the doors and seeing if any of them talk to him or...
You notice that on all doors that are double doors, there's always 2 gargoyle faces. And you realize all of them have different personalities. So you figure that some are very polite, while some are very rude, and some are somewhere in between. They all have different voices, and yeah. This is strange.
He's gonna follow Cassie into the room, but even in the room, he's still gonna like walk over to the windows and see if they open by hand or whether you've got like a magic clap or something.
The windows open by hand. They do have clasps though, so not to be opened by wind or anything like that. But you can definitely open them, and as you do, you can feel like a strong breeze outside, and occasionally a couple of drops of rain. Not too bad, but it's a beautiful sight, although still mysterious and a bit scary, since it's a dark forest surrounded by mountains and mist and fog. But you can see all the way to Edelstoff. You can see it far off in the distance. As well as you can see other towns and villages far off in the distance beyond the dark woods. And you can even see all the way to the ocean. Are you coming in as well, Noel?
Yeah.
Right. So,
I'm gonna ask Cassie if there is a library.
yes.
Yes, but if they have ancient stuff, mythical stuff
Yes.
that we can browse.
Cass would know that this school has one of the largest libraries in the world. That is, however, locked from the public. There is a public library somewhere in the world that has even more books and such that is actually open to the public. But this school has one of the largest book collections in the world that spans thousands upon thousands years back. Tomes that are barely readable, while some tomes have been attempted to be restored or at least protected from time. But yeah, the archives are massive.
Think there is anything in the library about sun dragons?
I'd believe so.
Something we can read? Or you can read?
We can ask. I'm not entirely sure what the librarian would think about it, but I suppose it won't hurt asking.
Sounds good.
You would know that the one taking care of the library, spending most of his time there himself, is the teacher Fizz Nopperhorn. The archaeologist, historian, and tinkerer, if you will. He spends a lot of time there, and he is the one overseeing the library when he stopped teaching.
Yeah, we could always ask Professor Nopperhorn. He might let us.
Sounds good, sounds good. So, when we have some time over.
Cass would quite unperturbed just swap back into his own clothes, and after sweeping the borrowed ones with some prestidigitation, he's gonna hand them back to Null.
Thank you. I'm gonna put them back in my bag.
Yep. The room is relatively untouched since you left it. Although it has been cleaned. But it's a very pretty room. Large double bed with purple bed sheets, the
Bedspread?
bedspread, yes. That's the thing. And poles reaching up with drapes hanging down in the same color. And you have like a large chest by the foot end. And nightstands on both sides. And yeah. A mirror. What are those called? One of those tables where you do makeup and everything like that. They have a particular name.
Armor?
What?
Let me check.
It's like a desk with and a mirror on it.
Oh no, wait, it's an armor is a big fuck off
A
closet.
dresser?
I don't know if that's the word.
Dressing table? Vanity table.
Vanity table.
I thought
Yes, a vanity table.
That's the one.
Nessa says vanity table.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
If it has a mirror or anything to pin stuff on, it probably has some form of notes just shoved in there. It's, as I'd imagine, Cass's room is not dirty, but there's stuff everywhere. Neatly organized, but everywhere.
Yep.
He knows exactly where everything is. If someone moves something, he will never find it.
Yep.
why have you got to say it? Because now Marvin's gonna move. Marvin, in his effort to sit down somewhere, he's gonna move something.
Yep.
Why have you got to put it out there? Sometimes just low hanging fruit is too easy.
Yep. No, you would just see Cass grab some notebooks, some loose bits of paper, look at them, discard them, grab some other loose paper, look at it, stuff it in the bag. Grabbing some quills, some inkwells, empty notebooks, stuff like that.
Yep. After a while, you do hear a knock on the door, however.
Did any of you actually close the door when you entered?
I was last in, so no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you hear a knock on the door. And in the door stands a very familiar face. And that is Eloise Norrington, your old mentor. Darling, I heard you have returned. Welcome, 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 friends. Welcome, friends. What brings you back? I heard you had just entered the school.
Professor Norrington, as lovely as always.
Ah, darling, thank you, thank you. Now, you need help with anything?
You see, my friend here, and he gives it like a thumb point to Null, is very interested in sun dragons. If you could put in a word for us with with Professor Nopperhorn, if we could borrow a book or two.
Sun dragons? I don't believe I have ever seen books on that, but on the other hand, I'm not a dragon expert by any means, nor have I been incredibly interested in dragons per se. But I'm gladly offering my aid, of course. I could put up a word to Fizz, of course. However, you could just go down to the library and talk to him as well.
We were planning to. We're still apparently waiting for word on where exactly our illustrious headmaster is.
I believe Vargasol is... I think he had a meeting in... he had a meeting in Sedecia, actually. Yes, they were having some sort of convention, I believe. So he's been there since 2 days ago, but he should return today. You know how he is. He comes and goes however he pleases. The benefits of being a headmaster, I believe.
Well, to answer your question as to why I've returned here, we were... How do I put this? Cordially invited by the headmaster.
Then he's most likely awaiting you and should return shortly.
But how have you been the past week?
Oh, darling, I've been so good. I've been teaching your fellow students who are yet to complete their education. Yeah, it's been pretty calm around here, although we have been having some troublesome information coming to us. I'm not very well studied on these messages, however, but our headmaster, of course, is very informed, so I assume that's why he might have summoned you.
message said that he wanted to meet my, and I quote, new acquaintances.
Well, since your acquaintances are here,
Oh, yeah. Oh, one of them is in the bath, though. I think. Yeah.
Well, any services you had when you were studying here is of course welcome to you. And I believe your room will be at least available for at least a couple of months more. Did you need to stay or anything like that?
Yeah, hopefully, yes. I appreciate that.
Well, I just wanted to say hi, since I was really sad that you had to go, seeing as you were done with your education, but it's always nice to have a student who come back to visit. Now, I will have to deal with some naughty students, but if you need me, I am most likely in my classroom or in my office, should you need more aid. But I'll send a little note to Professor Nopperhorn, if he can aid you in your search for information on these sun dragons.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Professor.
Excuse me, lady.
Yes, Mr. Dwarf?
Do you have an archaeologist?
Well, funny that you ask. Professor Nopperhorn is not only an archaeologist, but a very esteemed historian, and also the one responsible for the library. So, if you go to the library and talk to Professor Nopperhorn, our archaeologist historian, I'm sure he will aid you.
Thank you, lady.
Anytime.
Before you go, where are my manners? Of course. Oh. Friends, this radiant woman is Professor Eloise Norrington. She's the head of house here. And
Thank you.
and the wizard responsible for me surviving long enough to graduate.
There were no issues, except that 1 or 2 incidents.
I am sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I'm pretty sure I do, and I think your school teacher would know even more about that incident now, wouldn't she?
Yes.
I actually have been researching a bit more on the shards, if you will. And I believe both Professor Yuki and Nopperhorn, together with Professor Nistra, they have been delving into what this object was originally, and I think they had some news on that, which might have been why he summoned you as well. So, if you have your ways around to your teacher of enchantment, I believe she will be overjoyed with your presence and giving you some news on the situation.
I shall absolutely do that. If they have found more information, I am all for that.
I shall not hold you back. It's nice to see you again, and nice to meet you all. You all look somewhat capable, so I'm glad to leave Gasparinos here in your competent. And she kind of looks a bit questionable at everyone. Hands.
Well, sorry, the beard and hair got magically removed.
Ah, yes, that is definitely what defines a capable man or woman. Yes. Hope you get your beard back so you can be more completed in your being.
Indeed.
Now, I need to go, so toodaloo. And she
Toodaloo.
she walks away.
That was a pleasant meeting. I'd hoped we'd run into her. Oh, now I'm sad that Rickon wasn't here. That could have been funny.
Just imagine at this point Rickon's just like sitting in the bath with a deadpan look on his face as Oscar's just licking his hair. And then all his hair's up on one side as Oscar's just like... He's like... His nice, lovely bathroom.
Oh, speaking of Rickon, we should probably go grab him before he falls asleep in the bath.
It's not happening. He might have. But now he won't.
Oh, that's a good thing, and we don't want to. Can you imagine what Rickon's sister would do to us if we let him drown?
Nothing, because he would be dead.
No, she wouldn't be. If we tell her that we let her brother drown, he would flame us alive.
Oh, yeah.
In a bath like that.
Yeah.
He drowned in a bath.
After the werewolves.
Yep.
Yep. They'd probably be...
Yeah.
You'd all probably be drowned in a pool of acid in that case.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Rickon looks around. Not Rickon. Cass.
Excuse me.
I got so distracted. There's a moth just flying in front of my face. My brain just froze for a moment. Cass looks around and then puts his bag back on his shoulder. Right. If anyone of you want to freshen up as well, you can. If you want a nap, you can.
Nessa goes, I'll take a little nap.
Well, we just had a long rest, so
Magically long rest.
yeah.
You don't even remember having the long rests.
No.
Nope. You just feel very rested.
Well, I want something to eat and then library. I'm gonna go tell her Rickon should get finished. So I walk to the bathroom. Rickon, we're gonna go soon, so get ready. And I cleaned your clothes. Press a digitation on those.
I'm not wearing those.
No, but you took them off.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna wear this. That's what he means.
Ah. Oh.
I'm gonna wear my formal attire.
Okay.
This is the first time an adult staff's visited the school in... I don't actually know. My mother may have attended, or my father, I have no clue.
But
Maybe
they're
a
clean in case
relative.
you want to save them or use them later.
Well, thank you.
Just
And
tell
then-
me when you're done so I can dry Oscar.
I'll get out of the bath, just covered in pink foam. I'll dry off. I'll put on my formal attire.
I'm waiting outside while you're doing that.
So yeah, he puts on his formal attire. Kind of Amaterasu themed, since he obviously lived in Amaterasu for a while. So yeah, probably a nice black and red kimono with highlighted beams. He puts his traveling cape in his bag, takes off his armor, straps his sword to his waist, and then he leaves the bathroom, looks at Nolan, smiles, and goes, "Have fun." And Oscar's just sat behind him, covered in foam, like looking at Noel.
Yeah. Oh god. Just gonna
Imagine as soon as Noel gets near him, he just
gonna use Mage Hand and hold him with one hand. With that, and bara press digitation on the other one.
Alright.
So hold him in the neck a bit up, so he won't move.
He's moving, just not in the direction he wants to. He's trying to.
And
Just wagging
when
his
it's
tail.
dry- yeah, when it's dry, I'm gonna put on his what the hell did it call? His armor.
bad. Yeah.
And bara and drop him and in front of the door. I'm just gonna go to the side.
Yep.
And see what he does.
Walks to you and in a typical dog fashion goes straight for the groin and puts the nose in between your legs, basically, and
Yeah, that's what my dog used to do. Molly did
Yeah.
that. Oscar didn't do that. Oscar just used to give me his butt to scratch, and then Molly used to just shiver her nose straight in.
yep.
Yeah.
That's
Headbutt
gonna
the ground.
growl a little bit at him. And then
Just wags your tail.
and just take him and walk after Rickon.
Billy
Like,
goes along now.
Yep.
I'll put my armor in Cass's room, as I don't believe I'd need it in the school.
Probably not.
Maybe I'll regret that. But he wears his formal attire and will walk around the school because he feels like would be one of those times where it's a royal duty. Or at least he's a royal representative, so he will be dressed smartly and do his very best to act like a representative, since he's not sure since when does he know if any of his family have attended. Did his mother attend, or she was an elf? Was she the elf, or was his father the elf? I think his mum was an elf and father
Yeah.
was human.
Yeah. Your mother did go to this school, and your grandmother, and your grandmother, and so on.
That would have been a while ago, though, I'm guessing.
And you
So quite
know
100 years
your
ago.
your sister was supposed to go
But I haven't shared any magical capabilities.
No.
Okay. So yeah. Yeah, well, he'll just kind of stretch, crack his. And he looks very smart. He'll probably go to the dressing table that Cassie has and use his comb without asking. Brush his hair, a few feathers fall out, and kind of shudders, and then carries on brushing his hair.
Yep.
And then, now that it's nice and patted, he's like, okay, I'm suitably dressed for a royal visitation of a establishment such as this. Let's continue with the tour, I guess. Interesting to see where my mother used to be.
Right. Well, you expressed that you wanted some food. So I guess back down to first floor we go.
You would know the library is on the first floor as well.
And it's not too far from the library, which is also on the first floor. So,
Do we have an express stairway down, or do we have to walk?
well, you can always get down. And Cass just gives you a grin.
What the hell?
You
No, this is just gonna walk off the platform and fall straight down to the first floor.
Belgar's just going to walk the stairs. He's used to hiking.
Is he going to die?
I don't
Hopefully
know.
not.
Are you just falling down, or what are you doing?
Just assume that Cassie means he'll magically stop falling.
But when Cassie said, "Well, okay, Ron, I'm gonna walking off
Starts
the floor,
climbing over there. Balcony.
and straight up, and I'm gonna wait and see if there is a magical effect. Otherwise, before I fall down to the most, I'm gonna cast Featherfall.
How many people does Featherfall cast then? Choose up to 5 falling creatures.
Yeah, within 60 feet, so you have to fall with me.
Okay. So Nessa's staying for a nap. That's all 5 of us, right? I think he'll put Oscar in the room because.
Yeah, but we have Stoffel and Igera.
Adira is staying in the room.
Well, Ajira, feel free to use the bed unless Nessa says no.
She's already on the bed, and Nessa doesn't have a say in it.
But there is a double bed.
It is a double bed.
It is a double bed.
But it's also a big cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
And cats don't share. But
Oscar's
Well-
just kind of sat at the edge of the bed, like trying to go up, but he's scared of the huge cat. Pawing at the bed repeatedly.
Yep. Well, she's not letting him up, so
There's at the bottom of the bed, like.
well, if you want to bring him, I could also cast Featherfall. And we can just
No, I think he's good here. He's tired. Let him rest.
Did anyone else walk off with Null, or was you at the top?
Yeah, follow.
Yep. Well, when Cassie's that, he's just gonna go. You know, I've been here a long time, but I've never actually thought about doing that. And he's gonna just hop up on the banister and just step out into the air.
are Belagar and Marbor following?
I think Belgar's going to be comfortable walking down the stairs.
Marba, not knowing the customs of a magic school, is gonna follow Cass because that's what he thinks is normal in a magic school.
Marber's gonna die someday thinking, yeah, this is how it works, and then suddenly falls down flat.
Oh, instead of waiting until we nearly hit the floor, Cass is gonna cast Featherfall almost immediately. So it's more like a slow, just hovering almost down.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
if
Rickon's just like, what the fuck? And throws himself over the banister. Because even if the Featherfall fails,
yeah,
he'll be fine. Guess a fact, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, and I believe I bought one of yours also.
Yeah, and you also bought one of my Featherfall tokens.
Yeah, but I'm not using that. I'm using the spell.
Yep.
Yes, but I'm talking about more the fact that he could turn into a full-blood
Oh yeah, that also.
So you all fall down, with the exception of Belagar, who is actually acting like a normal person and walking down the stairs. Not with a suicide.
Hungry.
How do the students react? Have they seen this before?
They are like, yes, shrugging. I guess you can do that as well. You can hear someone whisper, "That's a way."
I just imagine all the students doing that from now on, driving the teachers crazy. Follow.
Started a new tradition.
Yep.
And you hear
Tourists,
over the
yeah.
intercom. Just to remind students, unless you can cast Featherfall, please do not chuck yourself off the highest staircase. Thank you.
They sort of bob the spell and sort of fail it, doesn't properly do it.
it's a level 1 spell. Like, they should be able to do it at some point.
Yeah, but you know, if they do it before they have properly mastered it and
But
sort of fall.
I mean, there is an infirmary.
Yes.
Perhaps they try it from the first floor.
Well, what did you say, Belagar?
Perhaps they practice doing it from the first floor. I mean, you don't do it from the 10th floor if you don't know. If you're not certain it will work.
Yep.
Well, one student did, but he wasn't particularly bright.
And now he is a few brain cells shorter than that.
Well, those are scattered all over the floor.
Yeah. But eventually Belagar comes down as well. And you are all convening at the dining hall. Which is guarded by another double door, again, that you saw earlier. 2 gargoyles waiting. And one of them goes, "What the fuck do you want?"
I passed through.
"Oh, be my guest," says the other gargoyle.
Oh, thank you.
"Would you like some tea to be prepared?"
No.
"All right then."
He doesn't speak for all of us. Tea would be lovely.
"I'll fucking prepare your tea, okay?"
Well, my tea, aren't you a rude fellow?
"Pardon my fellow gargoyle friend. He's a bit rough on the edges."
That's
"Rough on the
because-
edges?" I would fucking slam your head inside out if I could.
Yeah, I can say that. That's because they don't chisel down the stone enough.
Chisel down. I'll show you chisel down. I'll chisel down your eyeballs.
No, you won't.
Oh no. Be kind. We are having guests. Now let them pass through, shall we? And they open the door for you. Ah, fuck's sake. And the other door opens as well.
labyrinth vibes in my head.
Cass gives them a mock salute just before passing through the door.
I've never been insulted by stone before.
That's the first time for everything.
Yeah. As you enter, you are met by this very large hall with tall glass windows, colored glass, and you see long tables with benches, and the tables are filled with some plates that are filled with food and some plates that are empty. And guess you would know that if you sit by one of the tables, the plates will be served automatically through magic means.
Yeah, he's just gonna look around and take a seat at a table, like in a corner. He doesn't want to disturb the other the other students.
All right.
Belligar's going to have a seat and just basically pat on the seat next to him to have Stoffel jump up on it.
Stoffel jumps up and sits somewhat accordingly on the bench.
Now, Stoffel, mind your manners. We're in fine company.
What do you call me? And Rickon's slightly offended that he's sitting at the back of this hall instead of up near the faculty. But I suppose since if he did walk through the hall, he might distract them. So yeah, he's like, fine, just sits at the table. Trying to keep his back straight, remember his training from his dad.
And next, Belligar turns to Marber and says, Marber, mind your manners. We're in fine company.
At this point, you're gonna see Marber just like lift his head from his plate, like face full of food, like.
I should have known it was a lost cause. More manners in a badger.
Speaking of face full of food, Marber, you would actually recognize this as the effect of this seems very, very familiar to a magic spell you know that some very advanced clerics can learn called Hero's Feast.
What?
We're going to die.
And you gather that every time you're eating here, you're actually getting a hero's feast. Because every table is refilled with food constantly. As if someone made these tables enchanted by hero's feast. It's a permanent enchantment.
Okay, the creature's cured of all diseases or poison, becomes immune to poison, being frightened, and makes all wisdom from throws for advantage. Its hit point maximum increases by 2d10 against a certain number of hit points. These benefits last for 24 hours.
Yeah, so just since no one is actually casting the spell on you, I'll just roll for it.
Oh,
So you get 13 temporary hit points.
Nice.
No.
Are we gearing up for a boss fight?
We're going to die.
Yeah.
He let us survive the werewolf so he could rip us apart piece by piece.
Nah.
Noel is gonna take his water skin that he drank before the gargoyle and pull up. It's a brown caramelish liquid with clear note. But Belligar, you want some?
What is it?
Rum.
No. He's gonna take a mug of ale.
Okay. Do they have an ale in the school?
Cool.
You look around and you realize there's no alcohol except wine.
I knew there was something strange about this place.
Yeah. They wanted some rum?
Hey,
And I pour him one.
and he swigs it.
Stoffel?
No, not for him.
Okay.
Has to sober up soon.
Anyone else want some?
No, it's. Oh, God.
I needed this after losing the hair.
So you needed a hair of the dog?
Good one.
Oh, good
Yes.
one. You can add a point of inspiration for that.
I can't wear my... Damn it. That was Dwarvish. I can't wear my fine clothes because I don't have the hair for it.
Well, you
Don't have a hat or something.
No.
You look around and you realize that there's a lot of students in here, and you gather that they are anywhere between the ages of 7 and 8 up to 18, 19. And that's around the oldest you can see, 19. Besides the teachers, of course.
Probably elves who are like 100.
Yeah, like you see people of all different kinds of species. So you see elves, see humans, you can see a couple of dwarfs, a couple of dragonborns. You can also see a couple of shark people, Goliaths. Like there's people from all different kinds of backgrounds. And at the front you can see 2 teachers sitting down. One is Walcott Osmore. Who you know as the teacher of necromancy, among other things. And you also see Professor Borelli. Who usually invents a lot of things, I believe. They're both sitting, eating and discussing something in the front.
Marber at this point is still eating with his face in his plate. He's not coming up for air, and people need. He's just like.
You can see some students seems to be slightly bothered by it, while some are fascinated by it, while some just looks the other way. Ignoring it.
Mapper, you're literally representing adult stuff at the moment. Can you please eat with more decorum than that? Or take your bowl and eat outside.
Marber comes up for air. My dear boy, do you not realize what this is? A hero's feast. Eat as if your life depended on it.
No, eat with a knife and fork, you animal. You don't see the other Dragonborn here eating like that. Yeah, I regret pointing out that there's other Dragonborn here, because now he's probably going to go walking off towards them.
And we are joined by Gas. Woo.
Hello.
Joining us.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Now it's a gastronomic feast.
the camps rearranged.
I'm leaving. Bye.
Yeah, that's too much. That really is. I'm leaving now.
And just as a because like Jason said, he's pointed out there are other Dragonborn. I am gonna get up and walk across, but my face is still gonna be covered in the food where I haven't wiped it off.
Yeah.
Can I use the mage hand to try and grapple him? Without the damage of the special mage hand.
Sure. You can try.
Then I... Wait, did I
I'm gonna
need to
check something real quick.
make a range attack? Okay, I need to make a range attack on him.
Yeah, so make an attack roll.
Yeah, that's a 6. I don't think that hits.
You misses.
It was a warning shot across the bow.
Yes.
I think the mage hand just pushes the plate straight into his face.
You can. Everyone nearby can hear Cass just whisper loudly in Sylvan, and then wave his hand, and the smudges on Marbur's face disappear.
Wait.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, but... Mulber, come back and sit down.
Well, you'll have to try and convince him.
What am I rolling in response?
I guess make a wisdom save. Yeah, nope.
I'm still going.
Yeah, and
At least you're clean now.
And you know I cast friends on you
Yep.
also.
So you come up to a couple of they look like older teens. It's a mixed group, but you can see at least 2 Dragonborns in the group, a male and a female. And they look at you.
What? Whoa, hello, nice to meet you. I see you take part in this school. You'll have to tell me how this works. I have not been here before, and we're part of a traveling group of people on mission, and I was wondering, being Dragonborns, if we could have a chat.
I guess so. What do you need help with, Grandpa?
At which point he's going to try and wedge himself in between any students that are there to sit opposite them.
Marber at this point is turning his baseball cap set back to the back just so he can fit in with the cool kids.
Yeah.
I'm young now. If films taught me anything, that's the best way to look young, turn your baseball cap backwards.
Yep.
Hello, fellow kids.
Yeah, Cass is just sitting there feeding fish to Sapphire and watching this with a very amused smile on his face.
Marba gets you into the best predicaments ever.
Yep. So you are currently interrogating the two Dragonborn.
I'm asking about what they're studying. I want to know how it's going. I want to know like the ins and outs of how they're getting around the castle. Like, because I've seen people walking behind pictures and through things and up things, and I'm just interrogating them about the whole entire school network.
So you get told a little bit of everything about the school and how it works, in like how the stairs are magical, the paintings, where some can actually be secret doors to other places in the school, and so on. You just need to figure out how, and things like that. And one of them is a sorcerer who is here to learn more about his innate powers. While the other one is, I'd say, a conjuration student, and is leaning more towards summoning things and conjuring different beings of other worlds. Although they study everything to some degree, but that's what he's majoring as a wizard. And currently they are studying divine magic that clerics and paladins use, just to get a more understanding of holy magic and how that works.
He's gonna hear about holy magic, and he's gonna like suddenly go into overdrive, and he's gonna start being like, "So you've learned about sacred flame and thaumaturgy, and have you heard about the?" And he's just gonna start rattling off spells left, right, and center that he would have learned grow through it all.
Yeah, they tell you basic knowledge of like some of the divine spells, and also some of the different gods that they are studying and such as well, and how some gods are actually giving more power to some spells based on, well, what religion you are following. Where if you're following a particular god, your healing spells might actually be more powerful, while some gods might give you more power with necrotic spells, as in like doing damage and such as well. There's different aspects to it. So it's a more studious way of learning. You have been studying more like in temple and being guided by clerics and holy people, while they are studying literature constantly, and with guidance of teachers that are dealing with such magic. So some of it is actually more advanced than you have been studying, while some of it are more basic than what you've been studying. Seeing as they don't really have clerics per se teaching.
All through this conversation, Marba's then going to drop the bomb like, "Oh, so what you're saying is you need a cleric here to teach you all about the holy spells and the holy..." And he's just going to start rattling off a conversation about coming to teach one day.
They're like...
And Rickon looks dead inside. Just staring at like a bland piece of toast that he's eating.
Since Cass, you're looking at this all the time, you can see the two Dragonborn kids kind of give each other a look like, oh god, I hope this guy don't become our teacher.
Yeah. Seeing that, Cass is gonna get up and then just casually walk over and put a hand on Marlborough's shoulder. And just... Marlborough, you're needed back at the table.
I'm sat at a table. I don't need to move. It's quite all right.
No. We're having a discussion and we need your input.
I must go. I'll find you later and we'll talk more about stuff. And he gets up and he diddly, like, just walks away, like his towel swishing away because he's so happy.
Cass just gonna mouth an answer to the student.
They do like a thank you.
And
In the
I
mean-
glare deadpan at them and mouth, run.
Yeah, they seem to be packing their things and going out of the dining hall. And yeah, rushing out slightly. In the meantime, Nessa, you have been trying to rest a little bit, and it was near to impossible because of Ajira commanding the whole bed and
Oscar just pawing at Nessa like,
yeah.
Nessa will kind of like just sit on the edge of the bed, giving up all chance of sleeping. She'll look to Ajira and just go, if you wanted the bed, you could have just said.
I like to have people fight for what they want.
She kind of just sighs a little bit and then kind of, well, I guess I'd best join the others. She kind of looks down and then she realizes that she's in her armor. And it's like, I'm a bit overdressed. And she will change out into the purple kimono that Rickon bought. And then head down to the place, like the cafeteria place that they're eating at. Looking very, very uncomfortable.
yeah, Oscar follows. He does not want to stay in a room alone by with Richard, right?
Yep. You can, when you're opening the door and walking out, you look back and you can see Oscar just coming along, wagging his tail.
She'll just do the head flipped, you know. Come on then.
You can see Ajira just lay like across the whole bed on her back.
Victory!
Victory! But yeah, she'll literally kind of walk through and kind of every now and again she'll kind of get to the point where she realizes what she's wearing, and she's really uncomfortable in it. So she kind of stops and kind of adjusts herself every now and again. And it's quite clear that she's not used to wearing this kind of stuff.
Yep. It is, however, very comfortable, and you can feel that the quality is beyond anything you have ever tried before.
Mm-hmm.
Very high quality silk. And yeah, it's pretty nice. And you come to the stairs, and I assume you're not jumping down to your death like the others.
No, I will be sensible and walk down the stairs. I didn't catch what would happen if you did because I wasn't here, but I will be sensible and walk down the stairs.
Oh, we cast Featherfall.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Before jumping
yeah. I was eating at that point, yeah. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I'll be sensible and use the stairs.
Yep. So eventually you come down to the dining hall and you are met by the very rude gargoyle and the very posh gentleman gargoyle guarding the door to the dining hall. And you are first called upon by the gentleman and say, "Hi. Good morning, darling. What can I do for you, my lady?"
I just wish to join them.
Ah, your friends were the ones who previously joined, I assume. Friends, more like slaves.
What?
You can obviously see.
She kind of looks a bit confused as she says slaves and goes, slaves? What?
Yeah, none of them looked intelligent enough to do their own bidding, so I assume you're the boss.
Well, maybe with the Dragonborn, but yeah.
Hey.
You're yeah.
To be fair, in my head, you were going to walk through the door with him wagging his tail as he walks back to the table.
And my point would be literally cemented in stone then.
Yep.
Also, I need a fridge behind me like Oopski. Sorry.
Yeah.
Literally like, yep, drink.
Let's see, I need... Yeah, 3 more arms.
Yeah, I kind of look and just go, well, am I allowed to enter? I don't know the rules of this place.
Oh yeah, of course, my lady. I will open the door for you. And the gargoyle opens. The other one goes, alright, I'll fucking open. So demanding. And the door opens. And you walk in as you see Cass trying to sort of...
As she walks in, she turns to the angry one.
Yeah.
And makes it purposely known that she's directing this at her and that gargoyle. And she just goes, thank you.
You're welcome.
I shut the gargoyle up. That's me. I'm leaving now before I've peaked.
You are met by 2 Dragonborn in their older teens, hurriedly going out. And you can see Cass sort of trying to lead Marber back to the table where the others are sitting.
She kind of just shakes her head to herself and kind of starts walking towards Cass and Marber. Again, still looking really uncomfortable in what she's wearing.
Nessa. Ajira stole the bed.
Would you have guessed anything else?
No. We're in the corner,
Okay,
and he points to where the others are.
lead on.
Marber, as he's walking along, and he's looking around still for any more Dragonborn he can go and annoy.
Hey.
What's she kind of Nessa will lean into Cass and go, "What's with the puppy on heat?"
There are Dragonborn students here, and I guess he feels like the odd man out in our group.
I think that's more of his own doing.
We're all a bit odd, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah.
Oh, Marber, your tea's getting cold.
At which
Sin
point
against
he
humanity.
hurriedly runs back to the table.
The tea is in perfect temperature, actually. Constantly.
Yep.
He doesn't know that.
know that.
Yeah.
Nope.
And Oscar walks up to the table and immediately starts begging for food.
Is he coming to our table or Rickon's? Because Rickon's sitting away from us.
No, he's at the same table.
No, that's fine. I've kind of got to. I'm catching up, remember? So I thought he was away from us.
Looks down and he's like, "How did Oscar?" And he's like, "No, never mind." He's like, "Here, have the rest." Yeah, gives him the rest of his toast.
Yeah, you can see him sloughing in the bread in his mouth. Like, drool everywhere. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, he's stroking him. It's like, it's okay. You can look like that. You're an animal. And he is stroking him affectionately. Glares at Mabel and then takes another piece of like dry toast because he's not feeling well enough for anything else. It's literally almost like he's eating stuff that you'd expect someone hungover to eat, or someone feeling sick. Because he does feel sick.
Yep.
He's quite paler and maybe looking visibly gaunter than usual due to his transformation the night before. And then it's just
Marvin, knowing of everything that's gone on, obviously, and his medicine background, is gonna like suddenly walk up and down the table, pick up like this big mound of chocolate, and just walk back and put it on Rickon's plate and be like, "Eat that, dear boy, it will make you right as rain." And goes back to eating his plate, but this time with a knife and fork to make him feel better.
oh, you guys want to talk about it?
Well, only if you're if you're up for it.
I was going to say at this point, Nessa would just sit down and start eating.
Yeah, it's very good food. It is divine.
Divine. Do I get the some prayer pots now then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, yeah, she'll just start eating, but she's not going to really say much because, as I say, she's kind of a bit in unfamiliar territory.
Remember to give Oscar the points also.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm giving him
yeah.
toast. Yeah, that's a good point. That's good.
And Stoffel. He also got the
Yep.
point.
I can't give that to
Marvin.
Oscar though. So yeah.
Marva's gonna turn to Rickon and be like, "You tell us when you're ready. We'll listen, but I would recommend eating the chocolate first. It's known for its medicinal purposes in these sorts of situations." Rodwin, what? Yes, I'm telling him. The chocolate, eat it and you'll feel fine. And he goes back and he picks up the knife and fork, completely wrong, and just sort of like effort into it, tries to cut things up.
Okay, first, have you never used a fucking knife and fork before?
Well, you see, growing up as a dragonborn, a lot of our food is sort of joints of things, and you pick and you eat. And then when I became a cleric and I was young, and they sort of were very much of the everybody is fair game, and so they brought food out for each individual person, and mine was very much joints and picky foods. And no.
Dragonborns must have such a different upbringing than me. We always use knife and fork. Mother almost demanded it.
We were of the lower echelons, as it was. We didn't have enough coin for the utensils.
I'm truly
was
sorry,
fast
Dan.
as well.
I'm truly sorry. Modias feels very bad about what he has said.
Rickon feels even worse. It's like, oh, right. Sorry. I guess waking up using 3 different types of fork in the morning. Like 8 different spoons. There's a lot of utensils I had to memorize and know how to use, and dessert spoons, breakfast spoons, teaspoons, tablespoons, soup spoons. stew spoons. He just starts listing spoons.
Margaret at this point goes, "Oh, I know how to do soup," and he picks up a teacup and he pours soup into it and starts drinking it from the teacup.
Nissa will kind of sheepishly go, "You're asking me about soup?"
The soup's expert.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Rickon, if you don't want to talk about it, not but. Or do your sister have the same condition?
No. No. She's very ordinary. She's actually supposed to be a sorceress, but she hasn't seemed to have grown up with the magical blood that runs through the female side of the family. My mother was a sorceress.
Oh,
She came to the school.
oh, have you seen a painting of her? Or is there any?
Hmm?
Is there a painting of her here?
I don't know, I haven't seen it. There might be a painting of her here. Can I ask, which side of the family is that Adolstuff name? Was it my mother's name, or was it my father's name? Did my father take my mother's, or did my mother take my father's?
Your mother took your father's name.
Okay. I'm not sure. My mum took my dad's name, so... Not sure how famous she was beforehand. I know it was probably more of a arranged marriage due to her powerful blood and his powerful blood, and wanting to create
Yeah, just here
that
my
mixture.
parents' wedding.
So yeah, anything to strengthen the Adolstuff line. Well, it's the duty. But no, my father had the... I'm born with it, which is why remove curse wouldn't work on me.
Yeah, I know I got infected. I don't know how I got uninfected. Because now when they
Perhaps.
bit me, something transferred. I can't feel it now.
I don't remember anything, I can't tell you. I remember...
But no,
violence.
you can control it, right? You have no going wild.
I think I've already told Nessa this, but the majority of my youth, I may have told a slight variation of the truth. But my illness growing up was my basically hitting puberty, the lycanthropy awakening in me being locked in my, well, I'd say my room. It wasn't my room. They made a room for me. Have you seen the closest tower on the castle, on my castle? The closest tower to the front is my tower. So they just gave me a whole tower to be in. I'd transform in a certain room in that tower. Stay in there during
So
my transformations.
cage on the boat, that was your cave.
Yes.
Okay, that explains everything. Yes, tell us when you need help next time. There is a next time.
Okay. Well, I wasn't going to tell you at that time, obviously. I didn't know you. I'd only met you like a day before.
Yeah. I also have some regrets, but nothing bad.
But yeah, I wouldn't say I have full control over it. Actually, last night, funnily enough, was the first time I controlled it.
That's good, at least.
So what do we do if you don't control it?
It's fine.
Fight for your life.
Immobilize you.
I will hold it against you. If you can.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve that could probably help.
Like I said.
While all this is going on, Marba's going to be sniffing at Rickon and Null, and who else was bit and cursed, but then uncursed?
Belagar.
Belagar, yeah.
So Marba, in his infinite wisdom, is going to be sniffing all three of them to see if he can still smell the curse, while also getting out like syringes to take blood and try and like do the medicine thing and figure it all out.
If it tries to take my blood, it's just gonna feel like it's going on metal. The needle.
He doesn't know that. He's still gonna try.
Yeah, but when he's doing it, it doesn't work. It's just like trying to point it at a steel door or anything. Simply just like metal.
He's gonna look at the syringe and be like, "More extraordinary measures for this one."
I wouldn't suggest taking my blood, my ball. It has a tendency to combust. I think that's more of a threat. You can answer him.
Even more reason to try.
You're not allowed to take my blood. No consent.
Spoil sport. How was I ever supposed to find out what was going on?
I can't turn into a werewolf. I'm already something else. Go take the dwarf's blood. He's got plenty of it.
You hear a male's voice whispering quietly to you guys as he's walking up. I would recommend not make a big sign of lycanthropy in the halls of the school.
He was saying this very quietly.
Yeah.
And if he sees anyone coming towards him, he's not gonna say it, so he is on all that.
Yeah, you don't see him walk up.
No, I'm not having it.
And you basically see the necromancy teacher, and he's looking at you all and says, "It also scares students flinging around with syringes and such. I would not recommend doing laboratory experiments in the dining hall. It's very unsanitary."
You have obviously never been in a cleric's tower before. And he throws the syringe back in his pack and rolls it back up.
There's a reason I don't. It would be unbefitting for me to stain a holy place with my presence.
You see Cass give a full body shudder. Just... Good morning, Professor.
Cass, welcome back to the school. I hope you're doing fine.
Fine as it can be.
You haven't changed your mind and tried to delve into necromancy instead, have you?
No. No.
Ah, shame. Big Shame. But to each their own, I guess.
Oh, you're an expert in necromancy.
Yes.
Among other things, yes. Necromancy
Well,
is
maybe-
what I
Maybe,
live and breathe. Or live is a form of definition, if you will.
perhaps you could give us some insight on the curse and disease we're dealing with.
All right. Null. Professor, if you have a moment, we recently learned of a... Who the heck was her name?
A queen.
Yes.
Do we have that information? Did you give us that information?
The Gyno Swings gave us that information.
Yeah, but is it written down anywhere?
Almost. I don't have the name of the stuff, but 1687 or 1678 years ago, some for empire that no longer exists. It was where Brunetian capital was.
Right, yes. The empire that lay where Brunetti is today. We found
Yeah.
a necklace that was given to the queen.
Yeah, it was crafted for the king, for the queen, as the king married her, and it seemed like a curse rose with the necklace. I'm gonna pull out the necklace and unlock the box, and so I have it on the table. Then I'm gonna open it, but do not touch it. Anyone?
You can see a quick hand just closing it instantly.
Yeah. I
As
believe
is.
only the old king could touch it.
I would not recommend flaunting such dark magic in the halls of the school. Wouldn't want to cause an incident now, would we?
Gonna lock it again.
probably. Yeah, probably shouldn't infect any students with this curse.
I mean, if you did, it would probably cause a national incident that would be heard of in the history books for a long time.
The necklace has already started a national incident. It's probably something I'm going to want to talk to your headmaster about.
Oh, tell me all about it, will you? I'm curious why you are keeping this in your possession. This quite amazing piece of dark magic.
All
Look, I'm looking at Cassie and I'm like, and I go like that. So you can't see me. Can he be trusted?
you see Cass just look at the professor, look at the others. I'd say so. Then again, I would have said the same about the headmaster, and he threw us at the werewolves, so...
I'm starting to dislike this place.
We found it in a house with zombies and ghouls.
That is a very peculiar way to get your hands on this almost legendary necklace in necromancer's circles, if you will. Now,
Because,
this necklace quite dangerous.
Oh yeah, what?
Yeah, we got some history of it.
Oh, did you now? Tell
Right
me.
before that, throwing us to the werewolves thing, we ran into a gynosphinx in the forest.
Ah, yes. The mysterious Riddler, if you will. One of the reasons many people don't get in and out again of the forest.
Yeah. Well, she was kind enough to give us some information in exchange for riddles. I can't actually. Now that's a moral dilemma for you, ain't it? If we provide her riddles that then gets other people killed, are we responsible?
I guess that's up to you to decide.
I mean, you can sell a spell book to a teenager, but you're not responsible for if they use it or not.
Oh, which is why we don't take responsibility for what our students after they graduate do. If they become
Exactly.
murderers, warcasters or anything like that, then it's not on our hands. It's on theirs.
But isn't the queen alive and looking for this necklace?
She hinted that she was still alive, but
Yeah.
There's rumors. Now, tell me, what were you told about this necklace?
What I remember, what was it? 1687, 78 years ago, an empire no longer existing. It was where the Brunettan capital resides. It rose, the empire rose and fell with the necklace. It was crafted for the queen when the king married her, but she was trying to take the rule from the king. They had, what's it, army throughout the world, but the king feared her. He tore the necklace from her neck, and what's something evil deeds about her neck from evil deeds or anything, but I don't remember exactly. But she was cursed with long life and disease. The king swore to take revenge on his wife. The wife, she turned into a lich. An undead rose with a necklace. It was about 50 years, and it was it 50 years, and then the plague was destroyed or something?
No, it took 50 years to bring her down.
Yeah. The Black.
it was quite a while ago, I think.
Yeah, and then an organization called the Black Rose was created by divine intervention. Queen was smited down. I believe the necklace is called the Black Rose. The queen is alive and well, plotting, spreading plague she created. And only the king could touch the necklace. I believe that's all I remember.
Well, some of the stories are probably adjusted, and some are just spread of in knowledge, although the Gynosphinx is very knowledgeable, so most of this is true. Now,
I believe it was it about legend lore?
yes. Now, I have been studying necromancy for past 600 years, and it is quite intriguing with such an artifact just within reach. Tempting to use, but no. I don't want to plunge the area into pure chaos and destruction. That would be evil, to say the least. But the necklace turned the queen into an evil lich, if you will, and has the power to do so with anyone who touches it, unless they just die and gets absorbed by the current lich queen. And well, let's just say she caused a large plague to haunt the Brunetian kingdom, or whatever empire was before. And it spread across the whole world. 50 years of a plague, it's hard to avoid having it spread. And I believe the calculations are that around 2 billion people died as a result, leaving 1 billion left standing. 2/3 of the entire population of the world got destroyed. And the Lich Queen absorbed souls of these, causing a divine struggle as well between the hells and the heaven, if you will. Now, I'd recommend getting this relic away from public. Probably somewhere very safe. However, to answer your question regarding this black rose, the black rose has been coming and going for many thousands of years. But the first true immersion of the Black Rose was in this incident, and I believe the Lich Queen was, possibly is, leader behind the Black Rose. Somewhere behind the curtains, in the shadows of the darkness she lurks in. Possibly. Could just be speculations, but it is my speculations, and my speculations are relatively logical, based on facts and numerous centuries of studies.
I think we've just figured out who our endgame
No.
boss is.
Now, Professor, 2 questions.
2 answers.
This necklace, could it be used as a phylactery?
Curious question.
What?
That's such a big
Remember
word.
my studies left. Right. A lich needs a phylactery.
It definitely is a curious question, and it's hard to tell. But a phylactery is definitely possible, although I would assume if it was a phylactery, it wouldn't be in your hands at the moment. Seeing as if you destroy it somehow, then, well, she would die permanently next time you kill her.
true. Second
Well,
question.
But this Nicholas hasn't been destroyed in the past. How many years? 500 years?
If I remember right, but 1600?
So it could be a phylactery. But we don't know how to destroy it, and since she hasn't exactly re-arisen, she doesn't have access to her power yet.
Second question. Somewhat tangentially related. How would you go about killing a vampire lord?
A
Nessa at
vampire
this point
lord.
would kind of like Nessa would kind of like mumble to herself, "Too many big words."
Vampire lord.
I know that. Like a strokes, just like, I know that.
It is relatively
That's an American
simple.
one. I know that.
I guess you're already inducted monster hunter as well as your paladin, and I assume your cleric here would know somewhat as well. Dealing with unholy beings usually goes the same way. Silver weapons, sunlight, holy magic, and
Running water.
running water is one thing in particular to vampires. Sunlight and radiant damage. You also probably want to know where his burial site is.
Which is where I said back at the manor. I said I
Alright.
doubt his coffin is anywhere near. That's what I was looking for back at the manor, his coffin, but it's not going to be here. It's going to be in where Noel comes from. Nash.
Burn it, yeah.
What's it called?
No, Raza.
Raxu.
Raza.
But he is not coming from there, but he has been there.
Yeah, I am
Yeah.
from Burnett, yeah, that's to the north.
Okay, so yeah, it's probably his coffin's probably in West School. Cassie. Well, we need to find out, and then we need to kill him, and then he returns for that coffin, and then we need to kill him in the coffin, and then he's dead.
That's about
Right.
it, yes.
Well, you make it sound so simple. We didn't really have that much luck last time, did we?
Well, if you stumble upon a vampire lord, I'm surprised you're still alive. Seeing as you're still alive, either the vampire had other plans.
Oh, I'm sure he saw us as totally insignificant, considering he set his minions on us instead.
Yeah, had a misfire with the boomstick, so he has laughed and walked away.
I'm pretty sure Cassie literally tried to cast a spell on him to make him laugh,
Yeah.
and he thought that was hilarious.
I feel like it's still
It
strange.
kind of worked.
It is strange behavior for a vampire, however, to leave survivors able to tell someone is a vampire. You see, vampires like secrecy. They like to be in the shadows, if you will, of commoners' knowledge. Because if people are afraid, they will be more alert, and it will be a bit more difficult feeding.
I think this guy intends on taking over Adlerstorf and just being the overall ruler. He doesn't care anymore.
Unless
He just
panic
wants
is
to-
the motive.
Yeah.
I also suspect that he didn't expect us to survive the zombies.
Yeah, I guess you guys do kind of look weak, so that would make sense.
Oi!
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 Yes, a manner of observation. I'm sure you'll all be stronger eventually, but the moment of the current day,
I
you're...
don't.
Well, you're stronger than the average Joe. So maybe you could be the average Steve at the moment.
What's names got to do with this? I'm confused.
I don't think it's fair to compare us to yourself. We have not had 600 years to hone our craft.
Oh no, I was comparing you to the most average students. I mean, you chose enchanting after all. It's not really a school for the strong, it's just a school for those who likes to talk a lot.
I'll have you know, I'll convince a Displacer Beast to join our party.
Now,
By talking.
yes, you talked. You didn't exert your dominion over it. You just convinced it that it was better to follow you. I wouldn't call that strength, I would call that a silver tongue, if anything.
Well,
But I'm not here to
Maybe
judge
Cassie
your
can
choice
make
of...
out with the vampire lot.
Oh, you're part bard. Also, Cassie. Thought you were a wizard.
well, I always believe that an uneasy ally is better than a dead enemy. But if you're a necromancer, I guess a dead enemy is more handy.
Yes, dead or undead. Doesn't really matter to me.
We need less zombies at the moment.
If someone lost the ability to die, how would one get it back, you know?
Depends on how you lost it. You see, liches have a tendency to not die because they just keep coming back if you don't destroy their phylactery.
I think I annoyed death.
Well, if you're talking about the divine, or undivine, if you will,
Yeah, I think I annoyed them with dying a little bit too much.
I would... And this is very hypocritical for me to say, as I would never. But you could always go to pray for your soul.
Oh,
I think that's about it.
that's
If you anger the god, well,
yeah.
gods will find you and your soul no matter where you are.
Not now. In the future, might be necessary to get that power back.
Now, any more questions?
Yeah, we came across a ritual / spell to, we believe, was for resurrecting or creating zombies or virus. Zombie plague. Is there any way you could, being an expert, what would it be called? Reconstruct it and come up with a cure for it?
Oh, so reverse necromancy, if you will.
Yes.
Well, I can't save those that have already fallen to this virus.
Well, no, they're dead. I understand that. I just talking about people being bitten because it seems to be, infecting people.
The best way to deal with it is to kill the source of the infection. And probably burn those that have been infected already.
Yeah.
yet haven't fallen yet, but I hear there are some divine magical healers or whatever that may or may not be able to cure people of curses or diseases and viruses like this. So,
Guess we'll just get up and walk away at this point.
yep.
Okay. Does she look pissed?
Nope. More that she don't want to be in this conversation.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sure Rick might be able to put 2 and 2 together. At what was just being said.
I missed what the last part was, sorry.
Right.
Oh, right, yeah.
Burning those already infected.
Yeah, okay, so it's like... Okay, and so he goes, yeah, maybe less about fire and stuff, but no, we don't want to do that to our citizens. We want to cure them.
I guess you could somehow revert the or evolve the virus in a way that would work against it. However, however, that would be very difficult and would most likely require incredible magical powers.
Such as a school full of wizards?
This is a school full of wizards. A school. Sure, we have the greatest spellcasters in the world.
Teachers? Yeah?
However, that's not all that's needed. You need things to empower, you need the knowledge of what is needed, such as herbs. We need samples of the actual virus. We need a lot of things to consider. You're muted.
Sorry. Right, hold on. Casta's rummaging through the his pack until it comes upon the parchment with zombie gums in it. And he's gonna pull it out and just sample.
He grabs it and lifts it. Well, maybe I could make use of this. I'll take it and study it.
Rick and I'll tell him about the list of stuff that was used in the spell. Or he'll copy down some, because I think he still has the list, I'm not sure, but he'll copy down what he remembers from the list and then give it to him.
Well, this looks very familiar to me. Yes. I believe this was created actually by I wouldn't call him my teacher, but it was created by
Your creator?
one of the mentors I had that taught me necromancy. He got me into it to begin with. Now, I turned away from the path because I was more interested in the knowledge and wanted to make use for it in better ways than just conquest and destruction of the world. Which is why I'm here, teaching people in how to use necromancy for other things. But at the time, I was very, very corrupted and very far down the dark path. And
I
so,
was gonna
Time.
pull out the clothes the cultist was wearing. Were your companions wearing this?
no. But I know of the robes and the cult. It is part of the Black Rose cult, of course.
They were the ones who
And-
was doing the spell.
Yes. And my master was, at the time, one of the higher echelon of this cult. And I was about to join. About 350 years ago or so. But I didn't. I was shown a better path by our dear headmaster. And since then I haven't walked that path again. For now.
You had to put that in there, didn't you?
Always. It's very good for dramatic reasons.
I'm not gonna deny a man of some flair, especially an oldie like you.
Especially considering who you are. Forget about us.
Now, if you need help finding anything in regards to necromancy, there are plenty of books. But I don't think there's anything else you can learn in this regard, unless you're willing to become a studious student in the necromantic school, of course. Then I'd gladly accept you all and teach you the dark side of magic.
Now
Well,
I'll look at the honey badger and I go, "What do you think, Stuffle?"
You can't cast Arcane Lock, can you?
I could.
Could you cast it on this, please? So I could open it if I needed to, but nobody else. And maybe cast.
Oh, I'm not
And
touching that.
Okay. So you and me can open it for safety.
And me.
Well, I could,
So
but there is a problem. You see, this container doesn't allow it.
okay. Can we find another container to put this one in and lock that one with magic and this one mechanical?
I guess if you find a very big container, then maybe. But at the moment, it's currently blocking out any sort of magic that would lock it. In a very big radius. I can't really tell how far, but quite far.
Wait. Is that only on this or does it interfere with other magical lock?
Not on already. I actually don't know.
Ooh. You might have a master key. Okay. Yeah,
I guess
that's
you could
good to know.
always try.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some change and an extra padlock for this.
Well, I recommend you do, but be careful. The necklace wants to be used. It wants to be found. So I would be careful sleeping with it close by for too many nights.
Oh, and didn't the king look for a necklace or queen? Wait, are we at Hogwarts? This is the One Ring.
I have literally just started typing that. We have literally the D&D version of the One Ring that rules them all.
Yeah, in Hogwarts.
That's not a good mix. The amount of students were just, that's not good at all.
Yeah, and I have the necklace. What?
I immediately, like, put my hand out.
Quick, somebody find a wardrobe to run through to Narnia.
Yeah, I put my hand out for the box. I'm just like,
Sure. Gonna lock it first. Then I hand it to you.
because I am the dark magic. Well, I am mostly the dark magic expert, and then I just shove it in my back. Like, I have my own problems. I'll have to deal with that.
I've had quite enough of touching magical bullshit.
Yeah. And if I can die again, maybe I can touch it.
Actually, Cass, since you're the studious one here of this group, obviously,
Right.
would you care for a book?
That's like asking if I care for breathing. Yes.
He takes up a bag from his belt and lifts out a large dark tome with a face looking like it's screaming on it in pain. And it says, "Dark curses, then and now, and how to deal with them." You're muted, by the way. Oh, never mind.
No,
You-
not.
You just
It's
cut
just
out.
the pop filter. Yeah, the pop filter is a bit weird. Professor, I'm quite sure that you know exactly what happened the last time I touched anything that was even remotely cursed.
Oh, this is not cursed. However, it might scream occasionally.
Well, that's fine.
And he hands it over.
I really hope it's the goat scream.
For your travels. Maybe it can help you if you find any more cursed items or finding any dark traps.
Thank you, Professor. I might have not liked, studying necromancy, but now I'm gonna end it there. I don't like necromancy.
Well, dark magic is not for everyone, but if you're a wizard, knowing dark magic is the best way to protect yourself from it.
I agree with.
So, hope it will come to your aid at some point. Now, again, please don't talk too much about lycanthropy, dark magic, and plagues in the presence of young students who might get panicked and start crying and run out into the forest wanting to get away and get home to their parents and check if they're alive. wouldn't want them to die in the forest, would we?
That's where the lycanthropes are.
Well, wouldn't want them to increase now, would we?
No. Wait, did we kill students last night?
Who knows? Students, villagers, people who became lycanthropes.
Well, they did try to kill us.
Werewolvesville.
I feel like the how was we cured again? How was you guys cured again? We don't have any memory of last night. Is there anything you can do about that?
Oh, I do remember the werewolves dying.
Yeah, but then everything went
Then
Quite like-
black, and we magically appeared here at the school,
Yeah,
freshened.
felt something
Several of us
warm.
cured.
Well, maybe you can ask your cleric, who
As far
might
as
at some
No, he
point,
doesn't. No, yes.
maybe he'll be able to learn. But there is a certain spell called Greater Restoration that may or may not cure you of your loss of memory if it was magically cast.
You don't know that yet, Mabo?
I've got a lesser restoration.
We want the greater one.
Wow.
I know healing word.
Aren't you like 1,000 years old? How do you not know this spell yet?
I'm gonna shoot daggers at Rickon and be like, gonna shift my robes and be like, I am a dragonborn in my prime.
Everyone here is at least a student or has just started out learning, and you're like an old guy who's been through a fair few wars. How come your magic isn't there? Have you just started again? Did you have a sabbatical? Think.
Or were you
I spent
born?
I spent a lot of time traveling and learning, and not a lot of time studying. Until I was a little bit older, and then I took my studies I sat and read my prayer books, and I went to temples and listened to my great god. She's rather wonderful, really. She talks to me a lot. Yes, she tells me what to do, but doesn't actually tell me what I'm doing.
Were you born Dragonborn, or did you become Dragonborn?
No, I was born it, dear fellow.
Thought about age, then 80 years old might work.
Have you forgot? No. Yes, probably. That's probably. He's probably just forgotten how to cast all those spells.
Now you're
We'll
cutting in
jog that
on.
memory of yours.
Now you're cutting in on.
He's. Oh my god, he used to be a
Oh, what? As more of Marple's backstory comes out, you'll see why.
Kaz is gonna look over to Rickon, lift an eyebrow, just... You know, age doesn't always mean... strange. Sometimes it does, but not always.
His case, it does.
I just assumed that Marber took a really big hit of weed and just forgot a bunch of things.
That's possible. That is possible, yes. Smoke less, Marble. Then maybe you'll remember more.
Oh dear boy, that's not something that anyone wants to remember.
Oh my dear god, he has PTSD. Oh, fuck's sake. Right, okay. So yeah, another teacher. Yeah, I'll go teach Hugger. Right, well, fix our cleric, then he can fix us. No.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure out more on your travels. But yes.
Is there a teacher here now?
He didn't leave. He just started talking while he was talking to you.
No, the head teacher. I'm asking him
Oh.
if he's heard if the head teacher's arrived.
I don't really know, but he should probably return shortly. He's been off for like 2 days, I believe.
Cool. Well, let's find Nessa and then...
Didn't we get this letter 1 day ago, Cassie? 2 days. Oh yeah, 2 days.
Right.
So
3
he sent
days.
us-
We spent one night out in the woods as well. 3 days.
Is it 3? Oh yeah. We traveled to the town.
Yeah.
Okay, let's find Nessa, go to the library, and then... Wait for this. That whatever it was, to come and get us.
Well, good luck with your searching for information and your travels. If you need more necromancy input, you're more than welcome to come and ask for a lesson or two. I will be gladly showing you the ins and outs of necromancy. Should the interest be there. But until then, enjoy your stay. And he slowly backs off and then walks out of the dining hall.
Go ahead.
Is he walking backwards out of the dining?
No, he's
Oh my
walking
God,
backwards.
He's worse than you, Cassie. As I just see him floating backwards. Just like... He's more dramatic than you. Oh, are you sure he's not your teacher?
Oh, he wishes. You heard him go on about, I should have gone necromancy. And while it's a valid study, I'd rather not touch undead things. Or dead things.
Oh, you just cut their gums out.
Yeah, so you're using magic on them instead of start hitting them with a club.
Yes.
At the mention of undead and dead things, you're gonna see Marba still very blank, just go, "It must stay in! It must stay in!" And that's all you're getting again.
I'm not gonna question that. No,
No, let's find Nessa.
I didn't cut those out because I wanted to. but because we need information.
Right.
Well, you all had a very divine, healthy breakfast and undivine information given to you. And
Like creep number 2 of the place.
yes, this would more be the Snape kind of teacher,
But
if you
it
will.
was a nice Snape. He helped.
Yes. Well, with that, we're gonna end tonight's session, I think, as it's getting late. And see what you do when you go to the library next time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope Chad enjoyed, and yeah, we shall continue this next Saturday with some more Calamity of Astralia. Although we'll be without gas again, I believe. Next.
Yeah, I literally finish work at like 9:15 next week, so there's no chance of me joining.
Hello.
And
Big Sedge.
I'm literally in a stint of late finishes. It's so annoying.
Yeah,
Boo.
big Sedge. But as per usual, we're gonna go through favorite moments that I stole from Ardana, who stole it from the GM. So let's continue that.
Can I be void for this, just considering I've like been here for a quarter of the session?
Roll persuasion. Nah, you can be free from this if you want.
Yes.
Unless you have a favorite moment, of course. However, let's start with Rickon. Who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
Hello, I'm Jason. I'm playing Rickon and other stuff. Well, slash Blood Hunter. Slash Tired Boy.
And Jason falls asleep.
Next. The bath. I like the bath. The bath was fun.
Yeah,
And
and you're
the
figuring
dog
out
being
all those
moist.
134 taps.
Yeah. Should have got me to roll a 1d3 for.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of taps, Marber, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment? As your mouth is a big tap of information and words.
I am Oopski playing the Dragonborn cleric Marba, and I think my favourite moment is the fact that people were starting to realise he's not crazy, he's got PTSD.
Yeah.
Well, you can do both.
Yes. Why not both?
Yeah.
The most powerful cleric in the world, and he forgot everything.
Who knows? Speaking of forgetting things, where is Beligar? Beligar, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment as you forgot to join us on time?
Well, things happen. I'm Sir Doug, playing Belagar Durikson, the Hill Dwarf Ranger, who sometimes seems to be the sensible person, preferring to take the stairs. I think favorite moment was when, essentially when Marbor started bothering the other Dragonborns. Essentially being that old fellow who just comes up to you going, hello.
Yeah. Speaking of annoying old men, Noel, who are you playing? What was your favorite moment?
It was when Mar were going to the students, but that was taken so. It was when Nola's cast safe, there was a stair that went by straight down, but I can always walk out. And everybody did it except Belligar.
Yep.
I think my exact words were, "You can always get down."
Yeah. Speaking of getting down, Cass. Who are you playing? What's
Get
your favorite
down on
moment?
it.
Down on it. Get down on it.
Oh, that's 10 points. Someone's got an earworm.
My mind is in the gutter, so that was funny. Well, since Noel just took my favorite moment, I
And Belligar took mine.
yeah. I think I'm going to say the description of poor Oscar trying to get up on the bed and just being denied by Ajira.
Yep. Poor Oscar.
Yes.
And speaking of stealing favorite moments, hello, I am Viskugan, and I am the Dungeon Master and the owner of this stream and creator of this world. And my favorite moments has been stolen several times, I believe actually by everyone. So, my favorite moment, I think it was the interaction between Eloise and Cassie, and Cassie just at the end of the conversation was like, "Oh, sorry, this is," and introduced her after she was about to leave. Like, yeah, maybe we should introduce each other. So, yeah.
Whoops.
But yeah. With that, we're gonna end tonight's session. And let's see if there's anyone out there to raid.
Nobody on my end other than Robert Harley. You don't really need raiding.
I mean,
It's always nice
Jarls
to
is
raid.
on.
Yeah, we could raid Jarls. Jarls was here earlier and lurking, so why not just say hi to him? So let's raid Jarls and see what he is up to. He seems to be currently playing Dead by
Conga
Daylight.
Conga lining in Dead by Daylight.
Conga lining in Dead by Daylight. That's what he's doing. Cool.
Yep.
So, in that case, let's go over to his channel and see what he is doing. And yeah, we'll be back next week with some more Calamity of Australia. And tomorrow, I believe, we're playing some Shattered Pieces. Or are we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, cool. We're playing Shattered Pieces tomorrow.
We're 2 people down, but we've still got 5 of you.
Cool. So we'll do that tomorrow.
7.
Yep. So check that out. And yeah, until next time, hope you have a good night, stay safe, and say goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Goodbye, everyone.